Now that we know little about Silt and what this is all going to encompass, I want to talk, guys, about the things that we want out of Silt moving forward when the game launches, to the life expectancy of this title. I want to talk about everything that we want. And when I say we, guys, I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions here. Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree. I would love to hear your thoughts, though, about what you want to see out of Silt in the comment section down below. So let's get into it. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to give you 5 things that I really want to see out of this title. And this is one, guys, that I'm very excited about. It should be coming hopefully in the next couple of months. So we'll be able to really dive into this thing, be able to just get our hands on it and really start trying to break down the story and what Spiral Circus is trying to build here. So with that being said, coming in for me, guys, at number 1, we keep talking about how this title, Silt, is without question a spiritual successor to Limbo. It's a spiritual successor somewhat to Inside. Obviously, guys, we're very excited about that. I loved Limbo. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was transcendent in a number of ways for the 2D puzzle as well as like horror genre as a whole. Absolutely loved the title. But that being said, I really want Silt to stand on its own. I want it to be its own thing, not where it feels too much like Limbo or too much of like a copy and paste of Limbo. From what we've seen, though, so far of Silt, it definitely seems like it stands on its own. I mean, number 1, we're underwater in this underwater abyss, essentially, where you possess sea monsters in order to help you pursue victory at the end of the day and pursue like getting through different puzzles and things of that nature. So there's definitely some different concepts there. So that being said, though, I really want this title to stand on its own in all 3 phases, beginning, middle, end to the title, even though it's always fine to have a kudos to the past, that being like a title like Limbo, being, very self-aware that this is a spiritual successor to a title like that, but always making sure that this is a title that stands on its own, isn't have elements that are copy and paste from other titles. I think that's really important. Obviously, guys, being a spiritual successor, it being black and white, obviously the tone of it, the way that the movement and things of that nature, it just feels a lot like Limbo, which is great because I've been wanting to have a continuation of Limbo and Inside, for a while now, and this could be something really special for the future. That being said, let's get into number 2. One of my criticisms of Limbo as well as Inside were, even though they were incredible experiences and I loved them for what they were, my favorite 2D puzzle titles ever, absolutely loved Limbo for sure, guys. But what I will say, though, is that they felt a little bit short. They didn't feel like a very long experience. And I think for me, I really want to see Silt actually have a longer story or a longer campaign. I think that would really bring you back to the experience over and over again, especially if there's multiple ways that you can approach different enemies, different puzzles, things of that nature. I think it would be really awesome to see some of these puzzles have multiple ways that you can figure out how to get through and get to the next, chapter, things of that nature. But I really want to see it be a longer experience because there were so many times in Limbo that I wanted to continue diving into the lore, the story of it, and learn more about it. Silt, I really want to learn so much about this title, about this world that Spiral Circus is building. Not saying that Limbo did a terrible job of this, because I thought it was a great experience from beginning to end. I just would have loved it to be longer. So hopefully Silt definitely delivers on that. Number 3 for me, guys, this is a long shot. And I talked about this earlier in the show. But, the what ifs of Limbo and Silt, what if these titles were in the same universe and Spiral Circus was able to do that in some way or another, was able to get the rights from Playdead or was allowed to have a shared universe where Silt is somehow in the Limbo universe? I think that would be very much so a wow effect. I think it could be something really special. Now, a lot of people would disagree with that. They just want Silt to stand on its own. But I feel, guys, that this could very easily be in the Limbo universe, and I think that could be something really special, especially depending on what Playdead brings out next. Could it be something that's in that world? It could be something really special. I would love, it's more of like a fan type of want, essentially, guys. For me, I'd love to see Silt be in the Limbo universe because I loved Limbo so much. I'd love to see these somehow be in the same universe and they kind of have a big reveal of it maybe at the end of the game. It'd be something that's really cool, but I'm not going to hold my breath for it, but it's something I'd love to see. Coming in, guys, at number 4 for me, I think that one of the things that we talk about a lot here on the YouTube channel is sure about the past games, the current games, and then the future of games. And with Silt, I really want to see this title be kind of, stand on its own, but I want to see Spiral Circus set this game up for the future of the franchise, what we want to be a franchise here. See, with Limbo, we had Limbo and then we had Inside. And then, we haven't had a continuation since. With Silt, I would love to see them have like a few of these games in mind. Obviously, focus solely on Silt right now, but have a plan that after Silt, you get a sequel and then hopefully like a trilogy, and they create this into a long-withstanding franchise. Because I think that these 2D puzzle, adventure, horror titles they're niche, but they're so awesome, and they're I just would love to see this continue in one shape, way, or form in the future. So have Silt stand on its own, but I'd love to see this be able to set up the next generation of 2D puzzle, action, and horror games within this universe. That would be absolutely incredible to me. And rounding it out, guys, at number 5 for me, I would also love to see Spiral Circus have a plan for Silt, not only to have a continuation in the future, but also to potentially have some future DLC for Silt. Maybe something along the lines of having, some new puzzles or new areas that you can explore to in the DLC. It would be awesome to have some free DLC with it, but at the end of the day, just having DLC as a whole would be absolutely incredible in my mind. Having more ways that you can connect with Silt as a franchise moving forward and as a game, I think could be huge. The DLC would be massive in my opinion. I'd love to see that, happen at some point or another for this game. Maybe, number of months down the road, they add some DLC, gives you some more areas that you can explore, kind of build that legacy, build the lore, the story of Silt. I think it could be really something special. But those are the 5 things, guys, I want to see out of Silt. What would you like to see out of this title? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Silt content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.